Uh-oh. Did I do that? It ain't my fault. Did I do that? It ain't my fault. Okay, and the questions is right there. I know that wasn't it. See, all because I'm trying to use the headphones. Now, why didn't you just... And then the cord ain't long enough. Basically, I should have took it out of there. So let's see. Yes.
Hey,
What's up, Niecy Pooh?
what's up?
Man, trying to get it together.
We the only ones on here right now?
Yeah, we the only ones on right now. I don't know if anybody else coming or not, but everybody, I think people starting to have the fall blues.
Um, what about your
Eh,
partner? Your partner though?
everybody done spent their 20Ks. It's cuffing season. Everybody ain't got nobody to cuff. The temperature to change. Negroes got to go back to work. Everybody's stressing out. And then some other people, you know how that is. They just lazy.
mm.
I'm one of them too. Uh, as far as my partner go, like my boy that's supposed to been doing it with me, he wasn't gonna be at every show. But he one of them ones that's going through it too. You know,
Um,
I look, I feel like this. I've been through so much, and then not even that I just been through it, but people seen me going through it.
mm-hmm.
So now that I'm seeing other people go through stuff, it's almost like, karma, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's my turn to be on the
Uh-huh.
outside looking in like, damn, you going through that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying not to judge people,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, I see how people might have been looking at me when I was going through my things. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Mm-hmm.
am kind of like side eyeing people like, really? Like, you letting that bother you? Okay, you know. But let me not be too judgmental. Sorry, Jesus and Allah. Don't mess with me. What's up, though? What's going on with you?
Nothing. All over the place, like always. But I said I was gonna come today, so I'm like, let me get on. I was just on another call with some other people, so I'm like, I hung up from them, told them I'm calling back so I can get on here.
Yeah. Well, uh, I got this video that I wanted to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's let me see. I don't think it was it the no, it's not the first question. It was the second question. But it's like when I was trying to work it out earlier,
Mm-hmm.
it was making my phone act funny, so I'm kind of scared to play it. But I'ma just try and hope that it don't act funny.
Oh, you
So
should
let me
have
see.
did it on your computer. You got a computer?
You know what?
This
I
type of
don't.
man is a value man.
After all this time, all these years, I done had my computer, and now all of a sudden they want to break down on me.
Oh,
And I didn't think none of it because I was like, well, I'll get another computer at some point. And then boom, I get the idea to do the podcast,
mm-hmm.
and
And that's
so now it's
broke.
like I gotta go invest in a computer. But so I don't know. It looked like it just came up. See, this is why I didn't want to play it.
Yeah, it took you out.
It took me clean out. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But it's the third question anyway. Oh, it's the second. It's the second question anyway. So I think I'm gonna try to. I think honestly, it's something I'm doing.
Mm.
Really, to be honest with you, and it's really because of the way that the phone is set up. When
Mm-hmm.
it's on the phone, even
His thing keep messing up. You want to come get on with me? Why you laughing? I'm still alive though.
You still alive? How long is it?
Like an hour.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, like even when I click on this setting to make it go to desktop, it's still like it's not doing what I wanted to do. So anyway, let's go ahead and kick it off. I Seen Yo Lil Podcast, episode 3. And this week I got some good questions. Oh, you know what? Before I start, next week, you know what I wanted to do?
What?
I wanted to do an all-woman podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 or 4 or 5 women, and then I'm just gonna moderate. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'll chime in if the women wanted to get a male's perspective, but I really wanted to do where I put together the 5 questions and I just pose those 5 questions to the women and let the women, you know what I'm saying, answer the questions to kind of make it like be an introspection for women, but for men to really view and take lessons from. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I think there's a breakdown in the communication between men and women. And I think that's what kind of messes us up a little bit. I think a lot of times we listen to rebuttal and to respond, and not so much to understand and to achieve a goal or get to a solution. So I really want to do like an all male panel and an all female panel. And then like have the female moderate the all male panel and the male moderate the all female panel, and just pose the questions just so we can get the answers. You know that us men have questions too. You know, so. But I just want to put that on your head. If not next week, maybe the week after next. But yeah, let's go ahead and get it started. So this first question, right? This question I really been waiting to ask.
But ask me.
Anybody.
Oh, anybody. Okay.
Really any woman. It's probably one of the questions I probably would have asked a panel full of women. So the first question is, what is wrong with dating an average earner? What's wrong with dating an average earner? Okay. So according to the statistics, the average black man earns $42,000 a year. The average black woman earns $37,000 a year. Okay, so I'm in this Facebook group, and I had a few people try to go in on me because I was saying, "What's wrong with making $42,000 a year?" Right? So I did this poll. I wish I knew how to use this software a lot better, because I took a screenshot of it and I put up a poll and I said to the men in the group, how many hours do you work a week? Do you work less than 40, 40, 50, or more than 50? And I think I might have got like 40 responses. And out of those 40 responses, like 30 of them was 50 or more hours. Right? So when you add that in overtime, right? So you're saying the 42,000 now, it goes up a little bit more. But let's just say on average, a single person, no kids, no woman, by themselves, he making $42,000 a year. He bringing home, let's just say, $3,500 a month. Could you see yourself getting with a guy like that?
Yeah.
See,
You already know my perspective when it comes to the money thing, right? Now, I feel like I'm an independent person and I can hold my own weight. So I feel like if a man, whatever a man makes in a way really don't have nothing to do with me. But I understand you said if they single, but let's just say you said, do I see myself getting with them? Right.
Right. No doubt.
I feel like if they can hold their own weight and pay their portion of the bills and be able to do what they need to do, by being like my partner or my man or whatever, I don't really care how much money they make. I don't really look at people for like how much money they make because I'm focused on how much money I'm making and what I'm bringing in and stuff like that. So I don't really look at stuff like that, but I know I'm like one out of the few because most women expect a man to be the provider and to make more money than them and to pay so much more than them and just do a whole lot of stuff. They feel like that's the definition of a man. But really, you saying that you just want to be taken care of and you want your money to be your money, or you want to spend your money on what you want to spend your money on. So I would say yes, I would date a average working man, and I don't see no problem with that. But I know most women not gonna feel that way.
So now here's where the question goes. To me, who cares, right? But here's where the question goes into like second gear. Is it gonna be okay for that person to earn that over a lifetime, right? Like until the day they retire, they not gonna make no more than this. This is what they gonna make, plus with their overtime, they probably gonna be making somewhere around in between $52,000 to $57,000 a year. After taxes, they probably never will bring more home a month than just say $4,200 to $4,500 a month. Now, when you start talking about having kids and stuff like that, this is where the conversation begins to change.
Exactly.
But my argument is, if you meeting the person and this is where they at, what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think it's nothing wrong with it, but just like you said, a single man, no woman, no kids, who know like what his lifestyle is. Like if he's not like an expensive person who like expensive finer things, then his income is okay for him. Now, once you add a kid and a woman into the picture, maybe you have to make a little bit more to be able to take care of your kid and do stuff for your girlfriend and stuff like that. But then again, it also depends on the woman's lifestyle as well. Because if the woman has an expensive lifestyle or live their lifestyle however they live their lifestyle, and then the man come into the picture has a different lifestyle than what the woman lifestyle is. Now you trying to combine both lifestyles, and if you're only making this amount of money, that's not enough money to go along with my lifestyle that I live. If I'm one of those type of people who like the finer things or like expensive stuff or just have a more expensive lifestyle than the man. So if the man gonna stay single and that amount of money is okay for him, he's comfortable, he's able to pay all his bills, get everything that he need, everything that he want, that's okay. But now when you add a kid and a woman into the picture, you most likely have to make more money. But I honestly feel like nobody should stay in the same predicament throughout their life. So like, let's say you meet somebody, they make, like you said, $42,000. As you get older, I feel like you should be elevating, meaning that eventually you should start making more money. And then when that woman and that kid come along, you have enough money to be the man, support, play your position, whatever the case may be.
Well, I'll tell you, like if I try to look at things from a good faith perspective, right? And what that means is, if I say you take this guy, let's say he makes 42 grand a year, and then let's say you take this woman, let's just say average, she makes 37. So just to give an even number together, they make 80 grand a year, right? So the smart thing to me would be when y'all get together, you working, she working, you saving money because you're making a decision to have a family. So now you can prepare for it. You can plan for it. It don't have to be a oops, guess what? I pissed on this stick. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be one of those moments. It could be, okay, baby, we're going to save up for the next 2 years because we know once you get pregnant, and you get so far along in your pregnancy, you're going to have to take off work. Not to mention the fact that we don't want to have our baby going to a daycare or this or that. So what we're going to do is we're going to save up a certain amount of money so that we can have this to provide for the child over a certain amount of time. And also we're going to create another stream of income that you can run from the house, like what you and Waddell did. You see what I'm saying? Y'all have multiple streams of income. So even if you decided right now that you all wanted to have a kid, you could take that time off work.
Yeah.
Because you have other streams of income. See, and this is what I'm saying. Most of the time, I think people are just selfish. So they just look at, well, what would I want? Well, what would I want? Well, what would I want? And they don't consider, well, what is the best choices for each of us? What is the best choices for everyone involved? What is the best choices for you and I? Because the smart thing would do, we get together. Like, so they're saying, even if I stayed on this job and I only made this amount of money through the course of the time I was at this job, if we have other streams of income that we control, that won't even matter.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'll be getting my 401k and my retirement and all of that from that job when I retire. And then we still have other streams of income that we control. And then you'll be getting your same sort of package, 401 and all of that different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think people just, like this one guy was in the group today. I put up a post that didn't even have nothing to do with this. And he came on the post and was like, ain't you the same dude who said $42,000 a year is enough? Like, I'm like, dude, like, how much are they paying you to troll, bro? Like, it just don't make any sense. This post don't even got nothing to do with that, right? But okay, never mind. So, but yeah, I agree with what you said, and I also agree with the fact that you're different. And that's why usually when we have conversations, I always tell you, like, Jasmine, you're different. I have to tell Megan this same thing. When we talking about certain stuff, and she be like, well, me and Worm, and I be like, you and Worm don't count. Y'all different. You know what I'm saying? You are what most people say they want to do, but never really actually do. You see what I'm saying? And the same can be said for you and Waddell. You are what most people say they want to do, but they don't actually do. Most people get jobs and then they stay on those jobs for 30, 40 years, either until they retire or they die. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't have multiple streams of incomes. Most people are going around just making a bunch of kids, and you all didn't do that. You focusing and putting yourselves in positions to win. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
It's important to do that, and that goes back to what you was just saying about if a man and a woman have a conversation about, okay, we want to have a baby. Now we got to save and put money to the side. I feel like people should be saving and putting money to the side anyway. Not just saying, oh, I want to have a baby and put some money to the side. I feel like life is so unexpected. You never know what can happen at what time. So you should always just be saving money for a rainy day or putting money to the side just because anyway. Because that's what me and Waddell do. Like, people always say, like, what you saving your money for? What you saving your money for? Like, why should I not save my money? Like, or because I say, like, I don't have money to do a certain thing that y'all want me to do. Right. Like, you know, you got money. Like, okay, I'm being responsible with my money. I'm not just out here spending my money willy-nilly, and that's how I'm going to keep my money. And that's why you broke. So I just feel like you supposed to save because you never know what can happen.
I wish you would have been telling me that over the summer. I ain't saved nothing. See? You hear me? I bought 19 pairs of shoes.
For what?
Just for myself. I never owned any Jordans before, so I really just went kind of Mike crazy a little bit.
I haven't owned any either. Ever.
It's some Jordans I want you to have. I'm gonna order them for you too. I swear they make the best colors for girls.
I think I seen the ones that you was talking about. Like, I've been seeing a lot of different ones, and I'm like, oh yeah, they nice. I can never find them, or if I do find them, I just can't see myself spending that type of money. Man, because listen. I'm like, for what?
Yeah, I
I
agree
could
with
be
you.
investing this money, saving this money, doing something better that's gonna make me more money. That's how I
That
look at it.
is definitely true. Like I said, right now, I need a computer. I'm gonna have to swipe my credit card to get it. When I just had all that money, I could have went and paid cash
See?
for it. But you know what? I don't regret it though, because I know at any given moment, if somebody called me and be like, "Yo, we finna go here, we finna go there,"
You
I'm
got
gonna
some
look
shoes to
good when
wear.
I get there. That's what I know for sure. I'm gonna look good when I get there. So I'm kind of happy about that. Let's go to the second question now. So the video I was trying to play, this girl that be on TikTok, and so I'm not really familiar with TikTok, but apparently on TikTok people can ask you questions. And you can like post a question on the screen while you're responding to it.
Yeah.
So this guy posed a question to this girl, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember it exactly, but it was something along the lines of, what is the benefit of me, spending my hard-earned money on your ex's kids? Basically saying, why would I want to be with a baby mama? Why would I want to get with somebody that got kids by somebody else and invest my money and my time in them kids that ain't mine? And this girl went off. She went off. Like, oh my God, I really want to play the video so bad. You know what? Just because I know.
I was gonna say you could send it to me. I got my phone. I could, but they probably not gonna see it, but at least I'll see it.
I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to play it, right? And I'm not even going to bother it. Maybe if I just let it play and then it won't mess up, and I'll be able to just let it play out, and then I can remove it. So let's see. This is the video here. Let me see if I can add it onto the stream.
Okay.
This type of man is a low value man. He has no purpose, nor does he know who God created him to be. To make a comment to say, how does it benefit you to raise somebody else's kid? How does it benefit for you to cash someone else's kid? Shows that you have no emotional intelligence. You have no intellect, okay? Because see, the reality of it is, we're all God's creatures. If you are in love with someone, you embrace their children as if they're yours, okay? And the reason you would do that, if you have an understanding of what you believe and how you believe it, God takes us and he makes us his own, right? So when he actually died on...
Oops.
Yeah.
It went
That
out.
is so weird. Yeah, was you able to see it?
Yeah, I was able to see it until it went off.
Was you able to hear it as well?
Yeah, I heard it.
See, and I think that may be just because it's on my phone and not a computer or something that is doing that. But either way, so here's the thing. It was starting to lag, so I don't want to keep letting it play. But she went even harder than that though. Like she was saying, like, you ain't got no morals and you weak and you low value and you this and that. And it's like the dude asked a serious question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For men, like, and this is why I have the question for tonight, which is, what is the benefit of dating or marrying single mothers? Now, I've been in five major relationships. 3 of those women had kids already or a child already, and 1 was pregnant. And the other 2 are my baby mamas. So not a month or 2 after meeting them, we was having a baby. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and try to besmirch women with kids. I'm not gonna do that. I was raised by a stepdad for the first good 8-9 years of my life. So I know I have appreciation and value for stepfathers, but I do have to be honest and say that when it comes to men, this is a terrible position to play. It really is. Being a stepfather, it's a thankless job. At some point, them kids end up telling you, you ain't my real daddy. You know what I'm saying? And financially, it's a burden that you don't even have to bear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the attitude that like that women and other women have. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that lady was cute. She was cute, right? And on top of all that, she was light skinned, so you know how y'all light skinned girl. Because look, later on in the video, she gonna say, let me tell you something. It's all kind of men in my DMs, but it ain't just because of how I look. It's because of my morals. Woman, how do these men know what your morals are? Exactly. They looking at you. You cute. That's why they in your DM. But it's a girl that weigh 110 more pounds than you, and that woman got 4 kids. By 2 different men. So I can't say it's a whole lot of women that have more kids than her, but it's some women that look 10 times worse than her. They get just as many DMs as she does. You see what I'm saying? And that woman might not have no kids. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe you might not be able to answer this for men, but in your perspective, do you see the value in men dating or marrying single mothers?
Well, so the guy who said that, I feel like he is entitled to that opinion. But I do feel like
he just really asked the question too, by the way.
Oh, so
he
that
just
was
really
his opinion.
He just really just asked the question. Yep. He didn't even he just asked the question. The same way how I'm asking it. What is the value in it? What do you really get out of it?
Like you said, I don't know. That's kind of like a hard question for me to answer because I don't really know. I understand why he asked that question because I feel like when it comes to a woman having kids, the woman have the kid full time compared to most men don't have their kids full time. Because I was going to say, then you can flip it and reverse it and say, what is the benefit of a woman marrying somebody who have a kid and all the same stuff? But we all know, like, most men don't have their kids full time. So the woman not really dealing with the kid being like a stepmom and all that stuff like that. But you do have a couple of different people, like men, who do have their kids full time. But I don't know, like if I had to put it into a man perspective, I would probably say it's not no benefit of dating a woman with kids, or marrying a woman with kids. But I would say though, if you decide to date a woman who have kids, or if you decide to marry a woman who have kids, you already know what come with it. And you have the option to say, no, I don't want to date you because you have a kid, or no, I don't want to marry you before you have a kid. I feel like this is something that you should probably know before you even get serious with the person. Because in all actuality, the man he's not like, what's the word? He's not responsible. He's not, what's the word I'm looking for? He basically don't have to take care of this woman kid because it's not his kid. But I feel like most men will take care of another woman's kid because, like the lady said, you love the woman and you want to be with the woman, and you know this kid is a part of that woman. So if you want to be with her, you have to accept that this child comes with her.
Right. But see, and the thing about that is, because I wish I could have responded to her about that, because in when she says that, then basically what you're past the I just met you stage.
Exactly.
Right? We've been out. I mean, we've had sex, all of that. If I'm feeling that type of way about you, you know what I'm saying? We already in that position. This guy was more so saying, I meet you and we having a conversation, you know what I'm saying? And I find out
that you got
you got 4 kids by these other 2 guys. You know what I'm saying? What is the benefit of that for me? I got to come in and deal with somebody else's kids. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, I've been in that position because I had a stepdad in my life, and not having my real father in my life, I always wanted a family. Yeah. And I never really thought about it like it's another dude's kids or any of that until now. And now, whereas I'm hearing conversations amongst men, and also the fact that I got a son. So because I have a son, I'm considering what I would want for my son and what I don't want for my son and what I don't want him to have to deal with and what I've been through. You see what I'm saying? And what I've seen other people go through. So I think when she said that was kind of disingenuous, she was kind of moving the goalpost because you're giving this man feelings. You see what I'm saying? And you saying, well, if you love me, how can you love me and not love my kids? Well, of course, if I'm at that stage of the relationship, of course I'm going to have feelings for you, and I'm going to feel some type of way about the kids anyway because they're yours. They're an extension of you. You see what I'm saying? So, but just from the organic standpoint of I meet you and find this out now, because like I say, I'm a little older, I've had more conversation, I got a son, I'm like, is it really a benefit to this? You know what I'm saying? So if you had a son and your son came home and said, Mom, I just met this lady and I think I want to be with her. Oh, and by the way, she got 4 kids already. He don't got no kids of his own. By the way, she got 4 kids already by 2 different dudes.
Yeah, that's a huge responsibility, I feel like. Especially for you not to have no kids. You're not a father, so you don't know what it's like to be a father. But now you gonna go be a father figure to somebody else's kids, and you have no experience even being a father. That's a lot. And especially, it also depends on the relationship between the mother and these other baby fathers. Because if I don't have no kids, I don't want to be dealing with baby daddy drama between you and your other 2 baby daddies. I don't want to deal with that.
Yep. That's another thing
so
too.
So I'd say it's a no for me if I was a man.
Right. And that's another thing too, though, that last part that you brought up, because I mean, this year alone, I've heard about 4, maybe 5 cases where men have lost their lives intervening in domestic disputes. You know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily to say that those men were dating those women, but it's just the fact of, if you're dating a woman, you definitely gonna get involved. If there's a domestic dispute between her and her baby daddy, you ain't gonna just sit back.
I just seen a notification from your friend, Devon, or he just put a thumbs up. I thought he was trying to join. Okay, never mind.
Oh, in the group?
Yeah, in the group.
You need to come on. I sure thought he was coming. I want to hear him. I think him and his boys got their own little podcast they doing too.
Oh.
I don't know. Okay, so I agree with you on that, by the way. So let's move on. 3rd question. Now, this question right here mean a lot to me. They all do. I'm not asking no frivolous questions. Every question I have every week is going to be a passionate question. And the more people that be on here, the more those conversations are going to get heated, because people are going to have their differences of opinions. This question is, should 50-50 custody be the norm? So we're talking about dealing with children, right? So right now, if you have some sort of split in a relationship or a marriage or whatever, it's just automatically perceived the kids go with the mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which inevitably leaves dads with alimony if it's marriage and divorce involved, and child support, whether it's marriage or not. 50-50 custody would cut out a lot of that.
Yeah.
Right? If it's 50-50 custody. And the thing about this that I like, because I feel this way, and I've actually had a few other women tell me they agree with this, that so I have a baby with this girl, and then we're not going to be together. So she got her own apartment, I got my own apartment. Why am I expected to pay my bills and hers?
Yeah.
that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, because the argument that a lot of women always make is, well, the baby over there with her. The lights got to be on over there. It got to be food over there. It got to be rent over there. Okay. If you can't afford to take care of those things, then you need to send the kid with me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If you can't afford to do it, if you can, then you provide for the kid over there when they with you. I provide for the kid over here when they with me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? 50-50 custody. You ain't got to give me nothing. I ain't got to give you nothing.
I
We do
agree.
what we do. So you agree with 50-50 custody?
I definitely agree, because especially if both parents are like healthy, have a job, like it's nothing really wrong with either parent. Like now I can see if maybe one parent was like disabled or maybe on drugs or alcoholic, something like that. But if both parents are completely fine, then like you said, when the kid is with me, I'm going to take care of the kid. When the kid is with you, you take care of the kid. Because I definitely agree with what you said. It's like the male is responsible to pay his own bills and now pay your bills. And 9 times out of 10, the women don't spend that money on the kid. They spend that money on whatever they want to spend it on because they think that it's extra. And another thing also, I be feeling like sometimes the amount of money that the male have to pay is too much to pay on top of, like you said, paying all of their other bills. Like, I feel like they just making it harder on the male than it have to be. Because, I mean, Waddell went through this, like, personally. He was on child support for, like, 8 years or something like that. And you know Waddell love his son to death, do whatever take care of his son, whatever he need, he get for his son. So why should now I have to pay you and I'm already doing X, Y, and Z for my son? So now it's kind of like I'm paying extra. And like I told Waddell, which he's not this type of person, but I feel like if I'm paying you this amount of money monthly, then I shouldn't be doing nothing else because I'm giving you the money that I will be using to take care of my kid myself. I'm giving it to you. And now you should be doing everything for the kid since you feel like I should be paying you, especially if I'm already taking care of my kid. I feel like a lot of bitter baby mamas do that to get under the man's skin. Now, if the daddy is a deadbeat and not doing nothing for the child, by all means, put him on child support. But if you have a man, like you said, that's taking care of the kid equally how you're taking care of the kid, why would you put them on child support? So, yeah.
Let's discuss the term deadbeat, right? So a deadbeat daddy, as far as I can tell, the societal norm would be a father who isn't providing resources, money out of their own pocket for the children that they help bring into the world. Would you say that's an accurate assessment of a deadbeat?
Yeah, but I wouldn't even necessarily say it's about money, because it's also about spending time with the kid and being in the kid's life. Now, money is just the financial part of it, making sure that the kid have everything that they need and stuff like that. So like you can have a father who send money to you all the time, but you're still a deadbeat because you're still not in your kid life. So I look at it like that. I don't care how much money you give him. Like, okay, yeah, the money is good because who wouldn't want the money? But
Right.
now I'm still like a single parent because I have to be the mother and the father to my kid because you're not in his life. That's a deadbeat.
Right. So basically, it's complicated, right? It can vary depending on the situation.
Exactly.
What Because honestly, and this is probably gonna sound harsh to some people, but I think women who live off the system, I think they're deadbeats. Straight up. If you are the type of woman, I've never been with a woman like this. So I honestly can't say I've endured them. I don't know. But those women, I'm talking about the ones, because like I said, don't provide any money or resources out of their own pocket. If you are a mother and you have kids and you have a house, low income and Section 8, because you have those kids, you have Link. It's women out here getting $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 a month in food stamps because they have kids. You have medical insurance because you have kids. You got CETA coming through, paying your light bill and your gas bill for you. You know what I'm saying? You got child support on the cash side of the game. I mean, and then you probably dipping off with a drug dealer, getting some change from him for your own pockets. And I probably shouldn't have threw that last one in there, but it is what it is, right? But I'm just saying, though, your whole life is being provided to you because of your kids. Basically, your kids are taking care of you.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have those kids, you wouldn't have none of this benefits.
Stuff. Yeah.
To me, that makes you a deadbeat. I don't care because you there with the kids. Because the same thing would be said about a man. If he was there with the kids, but he wasn't providing any resources financially out of his own pocket, he would be called a deadbeat. And I can't give a woman credit because the government has made it to where the taxpayers are going to fund your life for you. I can't give you credit for that.
Yeah, but like I said, I feel like that's only the financial part of it because let's say the woman is the full-time parent. Now, I don't have any kids, but I've been around enough kids. I got nieces, nephews, friends who got kids, etc. Now, because the woman have the kid full-time, the woman can't get up and do as she please, go where she want to go because she have a kid. Like, I feel like, because like I watch Shania from time to time, and I just be like, whoa, like kids are, I'm serious, like kids are a lot. They need a lot of attention. Like if you want them to grow up right, you have to teach them, you have to instill so much stuff in them to like raise them and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, the government is paying the bills financially and stuff like that, but the woman is still technically raising his kid, and I feel like that's a lot. And like I said, I don't have no kids. I go back and forth whether I want to have a kid or not because I like my freedom a lot. I don't want to have to be like, oh, I want to go here, let me try to find a babysitter, or I got to pay for daycare, or I got to help my kid with the homework, I got to cook dinner for them. Like I don't have kids, so like if I go to bed and I don't eat, I'll be okay. But I can't, my kid can't not eat. My kid have to eat, which means that I have to cook every day or get takeout or something like that. My kid gonna go to school. I gotta help this kid with the homework. Like I feel like it's a lot of time that you are not investing, but it's a lot of time
it's
taken away from like your life that you have to put into this kid if you really like care about your kid and care about their upbringing.
That's exactly what it is. It's an investment. You are investing in your kids' future when you give them that time. But here's the thing. Not that I'm disagreeing with you, because I don't disagree with what you're saying. But I will say that, first of all, because I'm getting my thoughts mixed up, so let me spread them out. First of all, when a kid start going to school, whatever age that is, it becomes a whole lot less work.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
for a stay-at-home mom. Like I said, I've been around these women. The women that I was in relationships with, they weren't like this. The closest may have been my daughter's mom, but even she always was an entrepreneur because she always did hair and stuff like that. So she still hustled and made her own money. You know what I'm saying? So she didn't just depend all on the system.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those women that don't get nothing else. They getting cash assist. They getting everything from the system, right? They not working at all. And especially, like I said, when those kids go to school, man, it's a bunch of sitting around, smoking weed, doing hair, gossiping, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, the latest story that was out was about Rick Ross' baby mama. So somehow, and people were saying this like this was some small number, but he is going to pay $11,000 a month in child support. And it was people like, what? That ain't no enough. I'm like, enough for what?
That goes back to that lifestyle that I was telling you about. Like,
right, but listen, Jasmine, guess how much money she says she make a month?
How much?
$150.
What? $150 a month? That's only how much she makes?
Yes. She said that out of her own mouth. That she makes basically $37.50 a week.
Wow.
Okay, this is what she actually told these people. And I don't know if they're just like, you know what, lady, since you just gonna lie like this, we're not gonna give him this ridiculous monthly child support that we've been giving to these other celebrities. Because I heard the little NBA dude is paying 6 figures and he just got his money. You know what I'm saying? The girl who tricked them into having a baby. So, but $11,000 a month. It's like you said, how much of that 11,000? And I think she does have 3 kids. But how much of that 11,000 is she gonna actually spend on the child? You see what I'm saying? It's a reason why the child tax credit every year is like $3,000 because they know that's about how much you spend on a kid during the year. Ain't nobody unless you're just one of those parents that's just going out and buying your kids Jordans and Air Force Ones every week. You got to buy them a new outfit every other day. Like most people not doing that. It's cereal, bologna and ramen noodles,
bologna
and Lunchables and most of that during the week.
And they got a link card for that. So
and they got a link card for that. And they're giving the kids link cards right now for the pandemic stuff. But then, like I said, then it's the weeks when you don't want to cook. You might hit up Burger King. You might hit up McDonald's. You're not taking your kids to Papa Do's or none of these other super expensive restaurants, $150 a plate. You know what I'm saying? It's McDonald's and Wendy's. It's like you're not spending a plethora of money on these kids. You understand what I'm saying? So my child support right now is so low. Like I don't even want to mention what my child support is right now, but I will say this: my previous child support that I had in Iowa was $80 a month, and my baby mama was heated when they told her that it was gonna be $80 a month, and I'm saying to myself, I was already giving you 100. Now you just lost 20. Now you down 20 because you put my name in these people's mouths when you didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Because like Megan said, I told them people I don't know who my baby daddy is. You see what I'm saying? To keep them off of his back. It ain't making it no better for him to be on child support. If he don't, you can't get water from a dry well. If somebody don't have something, put it in on child support, it's not going to get you anything. It does not get anything to you. Does it make their life somehow get magically better? If
Uh-huh.
I know if I had my son with me, I wouldn't even ask my baby mama for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing from you but to spend time with your son. You know what I'm saying? And I would like it if we could go out like 3 times a year as a as a
family.
family unit. Even
Yeah.
though we ain't together, you know what I'm saying? Like still in all, let our son deserves to have his mom and dad spend time with him together. You see what I'm saying? So
I don't like that idea.
you can't be a hater.
I'm not no hater, but I just don't feel like that the kid need to spend time with both parents together.
Yeah, they do.
They don't. They not
Especially,
together. They not
yes,
together.
they do.
So
So
they not doing
what?
nothing together. I don't care. You take your kid and you go do whatever you want to do with your kid, and then daddy take the kid and go do what they want to do with the kid. No.
You cannot think like, you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be 100% transparent. I would feel the same way. I ain't gonna lie. I would
Because you don't
definitely
even
not
know
like it.
what's going on. You're not there. Like in my opinion, most baby mama, baby daddies, in some type of weird way, will probably always have feelings for each other or whatever. Or I be feeling like
Yes.
they feel like that they own, like once you become like they baby mama or they baby daddy, like I'm gonna always have him, or I can have him whenever I want. Like if I call but that's how most people be thinking, like just because you my baby mama or my baby daddy, I can have you whenever I want. And I feel like that's disrespectful to the other partner.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think the people who feel like I can have you whenever I want to, I would say 95% of the time they feel that way because it's true. That's why they feel that way. I would say that. But like I said, not all the time. But I would just say, to me personally, I feel like, because I don't feel that way. I feel like maybe if I just put some effort into it, like I can't just go to my baby mama right now,
and get
the one that's single or the one in a relationship. I don't think it would even make a difference. Like if my money was long, you know what I'm saying? Like none of that wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's our relationship is what it is, right? So with my son's mom, I had to have a talk with her boyfriend and let him know, like, dude, listen, I don't want your woman. You know what I'm saying? That's my son's mom, and I love her for that. And I also love the fact that we had history. We was together for 7 years. I love that too. She's family to me. Now, if she was single and I was single and she was like, look, you want to hook up? Of course, because I trust her. I would prefer to get with somebody I know and somebody who it ain't going to just be a screw, but it's going to be somebody where it's going to actually be some intimacy there. And I'm going to value it. When I get through, I'm going to feel good about myself and not feel like I'm some slut bucket. You know what I'm saying? Because I just randomly met somebody in the club.
Yeah.
But, dude, she got you. And my son seems to like you. So I need you to understand, I don't want your woman, bro. My son said he cool with you. You ain't doing nothing to bother him. You all right with me, fam. Straight up. I don't got no issues with you. And I'm saying, and even in your situation, if that girl is giving you certain kind of vibes, then yeah, maybe you won't feel like, it's healthy or whatever. But you got to know the person you with.
I feel like if y'all wanted to do family stuff together, why don't y'all just be a family then?
No.
That's how I think.
Look, I'm not even necessarily saying that you can't be there, but what I am saying is,
if I can be there, then it might be okay.
Of course,
but not if I'm not present. I don't think that that's okay.
I'm not saying that you can't be there because of the fact that you are family. You see what I'm saying? You might not be his mom, but you're an everyday presence in his life. You're family. So that's still family. You see what I'm saying? And the one thing about it is girls need it too, but the way society is sculpted it's like society is designed in a way where it strengthens its women and weakens its men. You know, everything that's feminine is black girl magic and go girl go and me too. And then everything that's masculine, like, you can't be that way and y'all men and you know what I'm saying? And so for boys, I know I was this way. I know when my nephews call me and the stuff that they going through, and I can hear in their voice that dad's not being around or not having a mom and dad together, the separation, like that matters to them. My son used to have the last picture me, him, and his mom took together as a family unit. He used to have that over his nightlight in his room, and that bothered his mom's boyfriend. And I'm like, dude, you live there in the house.
Something like that wouldn't bother me though. A picture, okay, that's just a picture.
But and I'm glad that you said that. But now think about this: if my son had that picture over that night, like, don't you think that mattered to him to have his mom and his dad together? I mean, from the first couple of years after we separated, that's all he talked about.
Yeah,
when
but
you
I
and
feel
mom
like
gonna get back together. When
on
you
the
and mom
parents.
gonna get back together.
I kind of feel like that's on the parents, because one of the reasons why I haven't had no kids yet is because I'm not just gonna have no kid with just anybody, because I'm a type of person who, like, I hate the baby mama, baby daddy. I hate that. I don't like it at all, not one bit, and I have to deal with it because I'm with somebody who have a child. But like you saying, I want my child to grow up and be in a household with both parents. And that's the reason why I'm not just going to have a kid with anybody. I know you can't really predict the future and you don't know if you're going to be with this person forever. But I at least want to know, like, who I'm with, who I'm dealing with, if I can see myself being with this person long term before I decide I want to bring a child into the picture. And I understand, like, sometimes people have kids young and a lot of people don't believe in abortions. It's like a lot of stuff that play in factor when people have kids. But like you said, I just see my child growing up with two parents. And I really, really, really do not want to have a child by somebody and I don't be with them, because I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the co-parenting. If I get with somebody new and you get with somebody new, I don't want to deal with these people being around my kid. Because you know how women be like, don't have that bitch around my kids and blah, blah. But you got all these different niggas around your kid. That don't make sense. Like, it's just too much unnecessary drama, I feel like, that come with baby mamas and baby daddies. Like,
no doubt.
If we not finna be together, I don't really want to have no kid by you.
Let me tell you something. I have a daughter. She just made 20. I feel the same way. And she does too. She told me that was her plan. You know, that she wanna, whoever she have a baby by, that's who she wanna be with, period, point blank. And I'm like, you know, that's a good way that's good faith thinking. That's a good way to go into it. You know what I'm saying? So even if it don't work out, at least you went into it with the best of intentions, which means more than likely, even if it don't work out, you'll have a healthy exit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you will be able to maintain a healthy relationship as co-parents. So,
yeah,
you know,
I would rather the relationship not work out when the kid is older, not when the kid is young. Like, so let's say me and Waddell, we have a baby, and I would at least want for me and Waddell to still be together up until at least the child is like 13. Which means my child can talk, my child gonna have a phone, I can communicate with my child. Like, I don't necessarily, like, cause sometimes people break up on bad terms, but you still have to have a relationship with that person because y'all have a kid together. But if the child is old enough to, like, speak for itself and have a cell phone and all this stuff like that, I feel like it will make it easier, because I don't necessarily have to communicate with you or talk to you about my kid. I can talk to my kid.
True, but I'm still sticking with, I would prefer not to be that way. Like, I remember when my son mama told me she didn't want me to call her no more. Man, that broke my heart. You know
She
what I'm
didn't want
saying?
you to call her anymore.
Yeah, because her boyfriend was insecure. You know what I'm saying? And my thing was, dude, I don't even live in the same state y'all live in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to her maybe 4 times a year. I
But like
talk to her
I
on his
said,
birthday,
it's always
Christmas,
gonna
back to
be.
school, and then one time for myself.
I feel like because it's always gonna be that connection between y'all because y'all
But
have a
it ain't
kid together.
sexual. It's
It don't
not that.
matter. It don't matter about sexual. It could be emotional too.
Yeah, but I have an emotional relationship with my mama. You don't want me to build. You don't want me to have a relationship with my mama. You know what I'm
No, not your
saying?
mama. I'm talking about a person who you used to deal with.
Right, and that's my point. When you say a person you used to deal with, you mean sexually. Because if you
No.
take that out of it, then what would you be worried about?
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, you had a relationship with them sexually. Not saying that you're having a relationship with them sexually now,
Right.
but
So what would you
you
be
did
afraid of?
before. Y'all could get back together off talk.
Get back together.
Yeah, look, off y'all could be reminiscing about when y'all used to be together, and like you said, look, like you said, most people want the fairy tale of a family. You're not listening.
I am listening.
Look, most people want the fairy tale of a family. Like
Right.
most people, well, I don't even know. I would say 50-50. When you have a child by somebody, you're not thinking that maybe one day we're not going to be together. You thinking like, oh, we're going to be a family. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We just going to be one happy family.
You would
So,
think that you would think that, but I have some evidence to the contrary.
yeah,
But I
that's
would
why I
agree with
said
you. It's probably
50-50.
50-50.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said probably like 50-50 because some people probably don't care about no family and all that stuff. It's probably mostly the women, some men.
Yes,
I
the
don't know.
women just be thinking that they come into it, they come into conversations like, I need to make sure I got enough money so if this nigga ever leave me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or I ain't gonna be depending on. That's where the whole I ain't gonna depend on no man thing came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they didn't want to not have kids, so they was already planning their exits, and then sit back years later and wonder why all the exits happened. Because you were planning on them. And when we subconsciously assume and presume that things are going to happen, we tend to make decisions that lead us towards that.
Yeah.
Little do we even know. We not even really paying attention to it. That's why when you hear a lot of successful people say, man, I was grinding for this and I always knew I was going to be here. And this all I thought about and this all I cared about. Because that's what they were feeding their subconscious. That I'm going to make it. That I'm going to do this. That I'm going to be successful. And that's what they led to. And then you have people that feed their subconscious. It ain't going to work. And I got this blocking me and I got that blocking me. And then it don't work. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they were feeding their subconscious. And then they ended up making decisions and choices that led them right to that. But to respond to what you were just saying, though, I've just recently seen a girl on the Kevin Samuels show where every question he asked her, she responded as if she was just going to end up being a baby mama. Even when he was posing questions about marriage. Well, do you want to be married? Yeah, I want to be married. Well, how much money you want your husband to make and how much money you plan on making? Well, I plan on making this much money so I can make sure I take care of my baby. What? But you're supposed to be married. Oh, yeah, my husband too. My husband too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how she was doing it. So, believe it or not, I'm telling you, a lot more people think with fear and scarcity and anxiety, you know what I'm saying? And they plan for the worst. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you were saying, though.
I kind of think that's like Waddell because I feel like I think positive about everything, but then when something bad happens, I can't take the bad. So he think negative and bad about everything. So when something good happens, it's like, okay, something good happened.
Like, be cynical about it.
Yeah, like I understand things happen, but like I like say something about something, he already giving me some negative like stuff about it, and I'm just like, why are you being so negative? Like you got to
Right.
think about the what ifs. What if this happened? That's why I don't like. I don't. He said he don't get happy or excited about stuff because
Yeah, I
he knows
understand that.
something bad gonna come after. And I'm
Yep.
more thinking so good about everything, and then when something bad happen, I'm just like so hurt. Like what?
Right,
No.
and I get why they are, because I feel that way too. I remember when I first got my new car, and you know, people was asking me how did I like it, and my mom was overhearing me um responding to people, and she came to me and she was like, "Look, it's okay to be happy about the fact that you got a new car." You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Because the minute I be happy about it, something gonna go
Something
wrong.
bad gonna happen. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the universe don't allow me to have any happiness. I
Yeah.
don't want to think like that, but at this age, I'm probably not gonna change that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But then on your side of the game, it's like I do what you do with relationships. So
Mm-hmm.
I put a girl, woo, way up on the pedestal,
And then she
and
don't be
then
all that.
soon
Which.
she do one thing, woo, tumbling down. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then it be so hard for them to get back up there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how could you ever do that? It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? What? So you ain't gonna respond to my text? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Oh, you ain't the woman I thought you was. You know what I'm saying? Because you might be asleep right now. You know, but to get back on topic before we go to the next question,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna have to let Waddell hang out with his son and his son mama.
It's a
It's gonna
no.
have to be
It's a no for
okay.
me. No.
They can go to a restaurant
No. That's like a
or to
date.
a
That's like a date.
not with a kid.
That is like a date. It's still like a date.
Not for us. That's why
For
I was
who?
laughing
Who
so
is
hard.
us? The man?
Men, yes, that's why I was laughing so hard when you said they could get back together off a conversation.
They can.
No, not for men. Men ain't getting back together off no conversation. That's not how that's gonna happen.
If they
Men
got
want some intimacy. We want some touchy feely goings ons. If ain't none of that goings ons, I might
but
as well stay where I'm at. Straight
I
up,
don't
I
agree.
ain't
I don't agree.
okay.
But go ahead and go to the next
So
question.
here we go. And this is a good question too. I think this is kind of a good segue. The next question is, does monogamy ruin potentially good friendships? This is an awesome question, man. I wish we had more people on the panel right now because this question is awesome. I think the next time I have a full panel like I did last week, I'm going to bring this question back up. Does monogamy ruin potentially great friendships?
Okay,
And it,
explain to me what's monogamy.
okay. Monogamy is when two people are together and they are exclusive. It's what a marriage is supposed to be. Just you and your man, husband and wife, girlfriend and boyfriend.
So you
We
saying
not
do
seeing
a
other people.
exclusive relationship um interfere with a friendship?
Yes. Does it ruin potentially great friendships? And the reason why is because think about it. Now, your situation, from what I know, is probably a little different from most people, right? But just off the top of my head, I know I've been in 5 real relationships. Like
Okay.
they was 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years,
What
10
type of
years.
friendships you talking about? Like
I'm
say
talking
like
about
me and Nikita friendship, like me being in an exclusive relationship, do it interfere with like me and Nikita friendship or
I'm
me and
glad
that
you
person friendship?
No,
Me
I'm
and the
glad you.
guy. Um,
Yes, that's what I mean. I'm glad you asked that question. That's what I mean. Does monogamy, like, the reason why I said it kind of like it's a good segue is because of the fact that you are just so dead set against Waddell and his mama ever doing anything by themselves, right?
yep.
So here's the deal. I have, let's say, if my son mama wasn't in a relationship, we could be really good friends. My daughter mama, for sure. We would have been the bomb as friends.
So
Way
are
better
you
than we ever was
saying,
as
okay,
co-parents.
that's what I was. So are you saying that you prefer to just be friends with these people rather than being in a relationship with them?
If I could go back in time, and I love my kids, right? But if I could go back in time and just be friends, and that don't mean we couldn't have sex, but we
Mm-hmm.
just wouldn't be exclusive. It wouldn't be
Okay.
a title. We wouldn't be monogamous, girlfriend, boyfriend, and all of that. Yeah, I would. If I could go back in time and do it all over again, I would. Me and my daughter mom used to have so much fun when we was going outside.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we used to go to the club and we would just sit in the club and drink and roast everybody in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then we would just have so much fun. Me and Jovan. Me and Jovan hang together, and I mean laughs upon laughs upon laughs. The
Mm-hmm.
whole 2009 is probably my favorite year of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because from like June to the end of the year, I was pretty much just hanging out with Jovan every night, and it was some of the best times of my life. Just, of course, we were being intimate, but we was just laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing and having a good time. And then as soon as, and I ain't gonna lie, it was me. I was the one who pushed for the exclusivity. As soon as it became that, the friendship started messing up. Cause now it's all these expectations.
I was
You
just gonna
can't
say
talk to
that.
him. You can't talk to her. You can't go here. You can't go there. Why you ain't answer my call so fast? Why you ain't respond to my text too fast? Then when we start living together, man, we got this bill. You need to pay that. You need to pay this. You need. It's like I think so many times people ruin great friendships with trying to be in a relationship.
Yeah, and it's like what you said. I feel like once you put a title on something, now my expectations of you are different. Because if
Mm-hmm.
me and you not exclusive, we're just talking, kicking it, having sex, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you're not my man. So yeah, I might care still about what you do, but I really have no place to say who you can talk to, what you can do, and what you can't do. Once you become in a committed exclusive relationship with me, now all the stuff that you used to do when we was just kicking it, talking, having sex, you can't do that no more. And I
Right.
feel like if you still wanted to do that, don't be in no committed exclusive relationship with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see how it can affect like friendships and relationships. But then again, I feel like me and Waddell started off as like friends and just talking. We literally just had like communication and stuff like that. We just literally can just sit, talk about anything, like you said, laugh, all that stuff like that. Now, when we got in a relationship, we still continued our friendship though. So in our situation, I don't really feel like it interfered with our friendship because as the years went on and went on and went on, we got closer and closer and closer. And like
Mm-hmm.
we basically like best friends. Like, you know how like you have a friend, like say like Nikita, my friend, or something like that. And me and
Mm-hmm.
Nikita having like a girly type of conversation or something like that. And you don't supposed to be going back telling your spouse stuff about your friends and stuff like that. But the relationship that me and Waddell got, how close we are, we literally tell each other everything. We literally talk about everything. So we still go out. Like I feel like our friendship actually got better, not worse.
Mm.
But I feel like Waddell is a different type of man too. He never been the type to like care for a lot of women. Like he a relationship type of person. You know, you have relationship type of people,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have people who better off single. Waddell is a relationship type of guy. So I never really had I had issues with his baby mama, but not because of him, more so because of her.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like our friendship got way better than how it started, but we always had a good friendship. So, but like I said, every guy is not a relationship type of guy. Some guys are better off single. If you still want to be able, I feel like when you in a relationship, it's not just you. It's the same way when you have a kid. It's not just you. You have to think about the other person. You can't be selfish and do what you want to do because that's what you want to do. If that's the case, stay single. Don't be with nobody.
Right. I agree with that I agree with that. I was gonna say to a certain degree, but I agree with that. I just but we all know that sometimes, certain circumstances changes things. There's always an exception to every rule. But in principle, I agree exactly with what you said. I'm definitely a relationship type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of guy that, for me, I just want to be with my woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to the club. I don't want to go to the gym. I just want to be with my woman. You know what I'm saying? I want to be laying either on her calves, her booty, her back, her boobs. I want to be on the beach. I want to be in the house. I want to be on the roof. I want to be at the park. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be with my woman. You know what I'm saying? But that can also become a problem too.
I was just about to say that.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
not really healthy to just be around each other 24/7. Like, I feel like it's your time, my time, us time. I feel like you should be able to go out with your friends every now and then and just be around different people and not just be around your partner 24/7. Because I feel like,
oh, hell no.
That's how
ain't no going out with your friends.
No, I gotta go out with my friends.
See, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because now I finally get to say this. I have been so uncomfortable with your level of friendship with people over the years.
Why uncomfortable?
Because you have, to you, they're male friends. And I think a lot of times women think because y'all put somebody in the friend zone that make them your friend, but it don't. Especially not for us.
What male friends do I have? I only have really 2 male friends.
Okay, so let's say this. Not necessarily, let's not use the word friends then, because you just basically trim that tree down to the stump, talking about some two.
Yeah, and they literally
if we go through your Facebook pictures right
Facebook
now.
Friends or friends?
No, I'm just talking about pictures that you've taken with people and stuff. You know a lot of people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said we can't say friends per se. Maybe everybody don't have your phone number. Everybody don't know your address. But I'm saying you know a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? And females for that matter. I'm not just talking about dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about females too. Especially in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? And it's always gonna be something for you to do. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be a reason for you to be out on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, on Sunday. I'm telling you, maybe I just been lucky. Now, my daughter mama was like that, but our relationship was different. It was more like we got a baby on the way, so we tried it, but it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? But my other 4 relationships, they didn't have all them friends like that. You know what I'm saying? They had a select couple that they rolled with, and I ain't really have to deal with a whole bunch of other ignorance, especially when it came to men. But you went outside a lot. It used to be uncomfortable for me. I used to wonder, how's Waddell doing with this? Then you are very comfortable in your skin. If you catch my drift.
Waddell, it did used to be a problem or whatever. In our relationship, but so now you say I have a lot of male friends. Like, I don't really know what you're talking about when it comes to that, because
all them guys you went to school with,
I was kicking it with them. I was going places with them.
I'm assuming y'all was.
No, I the only people male wise that I would go out with is Kevin, Joker, and the 2 male friends that I'm telling you that I have. Now, and I don't know if you know Derek Dixon, but that's like Joker cousin
Right.
or whatever
Yeah.
like that. So like if I'm around like Kevin and them, they're around guys, they're friends. I don't know them. I might know of them. I'm not kicking it with them. I'm kicking it with like Kevin and Joker and like the people that I know. But I don't have no say so about who they're kicking it with while I'm kicking it with them.
So all them
I don't
other
know
little
them.
boys is like what, Danielle and them friends or something?
Probably. I literally can only think of two guys that's my friend. Maybe back then when I was with Leon, them was like Leon friends. Okay, yeah. So
I'm talking about
was
all the time, really. Yeah, I'm talking about
okay,
all the time.
them was like Leon friends. And because I had a relationship with them when I was with Leon, we just continued our relationship or friendship now that I don't go with Leon no more.
Yeah.
So
them dudes used to come, them dudes used to come to Swag Sundays.
Yeah, and
all y'all little friends used to come to Swag Sundays.
Out of all of those guys, I'm still today only friends with two of them.
Okay.
And they know Waddell. They respect Waddell. They came to our house before. It's no like you think that they trying to hit on me or try to talk to me. It's none of that.
Okay.
But yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Because
that's what I'm saying.
A lot.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
Down a whole lot. But again, though, Sabina, you have to understand the age difference, which is what Grammy always told Waddell. Every time she seen Waddell, she told him this. So I don't know if you know, but it is a 10-year age difference between us two, which means I'm in my 20s and you're in your 30s. What I'm doing in my 20s is what you was doing in your 20s. But now since you're older, you don't care to do that stuff anymore. Right. And now that I'm knocking on my 30s right now, that's why I said I slowed down a whole lot because that's what I used to do when I was younger. Now my priorities are different. It's not about partying. It's not about going out. You can literally ask Waddell in the last 2 years, like how many times, like Nikita and them think that I don't fuck with them because I don't kick it with them like how I was kicking it with them. And it's like, we ain't into it. We don't got beef. I don't know fuck with you. It's just, I have a lot of other stuff going on. I don't have time to kick it like how I had time to kick it because I'm trying to set my future up. I'm trying to set my 30s up for me to be set. So if I do want to go out and party, my priorities are in order.
Right.
So
yeah, I did not know that it was that big of an age difference. But you know what's so crazy is that according to all of the I call it information that I get from watching videos and reading things from the so-called manosphere, all about men and stuff like that, and like Kevin Samuels and stuff like that. They always say that it's better for the young girls to date older because of the fact that it takes a while for men to mature.
Yep. I was just
and even financially too. It takes a while for them to like most men don't reach their financial peak until they're in their 40s. That's when they start making the most money they're ever gonna make. You see what I'm saying? So that's probably well, no, I ain't gonna say that's the reason why, because you always seem more mature. That's why I thought you was the oldest for a long time.
I got that a lot, and like I skipped a grade. Like I went from kindergarten to second grade. So me and Danielle have literally always been in the same grade ever since second grade. So like I graduated high school at 16. All my other like classmates and stuff were like 18, 17, 18. So I always been around people that were older than me. And I always been told by like even adults, even when I was back at like 13, 14, 15, like, oh, you're so young. You act so mature for your age. Like, so I always gotten that I'm mature for my age compared to the people who were actually my age.
Well, I mean, I can second that notion. Like I said, it's part of the reason why I thought you was the oldest for a while. Not besides the fact that I'm old and I don't remember everybody's ages and names and faces no more. But I mean, I can't say I think that the age difference between you and Waddell was probably just right on time for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you were already this type of person, and then that just was able to be more of a foundation for you to be focused and mature.
Yeah, and
More
I
so
don't
than most other girls your age.
and I don't really feel like me partying took away from anything that I was doing, because the typical like person in their 20s, right? They'll go
Mm-hmm.
out to these clubs, they'll party, they'll drink, get drunk, stay out to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they calling off work the next day. See me, no. I don't care. I didn't pull so many 24 hours. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, I always still have my priorities together. I just like to party. Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have a good time. But yeah, I'm still gonna go to work the next morning, no matter what time I got in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna spend some money or whatever, but I know my limit. I know I can't spend so much money because I still need to pay my bills. My bills still not gonna go unpaid. So I feel like no matter what I did in my 20s, I still was responsible and my bills still got paid. I still made it to work. I just like to party. I never
You
got
know
like
what?
drunk, get a DUI, stuff like that.
Right. See, and that's the thing about it. That's why I mean, that's where the maturity comes in at, right?
Hmm.
The uncomfortableness for me is we as and I must just say as men, I know all men probably don't think this way, and I know a lot of men probably don't even care, right?
Hmm.
But as men in general, outside means you dipping. You know what I'm saying? It means it's some
Cheating.
cheating going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think most men are uncomfortable with the idea of that, because we were outside and we was chasing tail. Like, as a grown man now, I can admit when I was going to the club, I was only really going because my boys and my cousins and whoever I was with, that's where they wanted to go. I never
Hmm.
really cared about it. But when I was going to the club and I wasn't in a relationship, I was chasing tail like everybody else. So I ain't
Hmm.
gonna try to make it seem like I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, chasing tail, because I was. Let me get this last question out. And this one is a little bit different because you, like you said, you don't have no kids. But I think you probably still can have some a good perspective on this, seeing as how you are knocking on 30. It's almost time for you to get that AARP card. So this question is, should we prohibit our kids from listening to modern music? Right? And the reason why I thought about this question is because of the fact that I was watching a podcast, and on this podcast they was talking about drill music.
Hmm.
And you know, drill music is from Chicago and all this and that. And they was pretty much blaming drill music for all these deaths. You know,
Hmm.
saying like, you know, these cats is rapping about killing people, and then they really did these murders though. And
Yeah.
they rapping and saying they smoking on such and such, and they naming people that's actually been murdered. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then they got to talking about the female version in hip hop, right? The Cardi B's and the
Yep.
Megan Thee Stallions. I don't listen to none of that myself. I couldn't name a song of theirs except for WAP, and that's because everybody make fun of it. Uh, and of course, you know, my daughter is 20, my son is 16, and I remember a time when my son wouldn't listen to music if it had cussing in it.
Hmm.
And it blew my mind a couple of years ago when we were hanging out and he was playing a video game. He was just playing music from his phone, and I heard some cussing in it. And I'm like, man, you listen to cussing music now? And he was like, it's hard to avoid it, Dad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know, it is what it is. Okay, cool. Um, But like he really likes Juice World, right? And I like Juice World because Juice World is an emotional dude. Like I'm an emotional dude. He got a song where he says something like, something like I knew you was gonna break my heart anyway, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's what he used to rap and sing about is getting his heart broke. And one of them songs, I think he said something like, "Bitch, you thought you was gonna leave me?" I said, this nigga crazy. I like him. But so I can't really say I wouldn't say that I would put Juice World on this list, even though I can't say that his music is toxic. But if you had a kid, right? Or even with Waddell's son, would you suggest that there be some kind of filter for modern music?
I say yes, because I say the people that's making this music are like in the spotlight. People look up to them. They think, okay, this person famous, I want to be like them, and blah blah this and blah blah that. So I do think the music have a huge influence on a kid, because they looking at, okay, this person is famous, this person got money, this person is this person is that. I want to have money, I want to be just like this, blah blah blah. So if a kid is listening to this type of music that's saying, I killed this person, I did this, blah blah blah, they think it's cool. So they think that when they get of age, or maybe they might even start doing it at a young age, they want to be exactly like this person that they're listening to. And these people, like some people rap about the truth, like you said. Some people just be saying stuff. Like let's say Cardi B, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring. So they was talking about that. Like Offset literally posted a video of her cooking and cleaning. Like, so you rapping saying you don't cook, you don't clean, but you got this ring. So women feel like, I don't gotta cook, or I don't gotta clean. Cardi B got a ring and she don't do none of this stuff. But
are they really feeling that way? Are women really expressing this idea that they shouldn't have to cook and clean and still get a ring?
If they look up to Cardi B, then they saying, if Cardi B can do that, then I can do it too. Or they want to be like Cardi B because it's somebody that they look up to. So, like, let's say city girls, real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. Right?
So they the ones made that?
Yeah, city girls made that. So now you got all the girls like, real ass bitch, give a fuck about me. Like, the music that people listen to, I feel like they feel like that. I don't know if they can relate to it, or they just want, I don't know. I just feel like music have a big influence on people's lives, and the person that's making the music also have a huge influence on people's lives. Like I know, like you said, like about the WAP song and stuff like that, or just about Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B. Like they don't want their kids watching them or listening to them and all that stuff, because they think all they do is like shake ass and sell ass and talk about they pussy and all type of stuff. So like younger girls listening to it and they like, yeah, I want to shake my ass like Cardi B, or I want to shake my ass like Megan Thee Stallion. Like, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with shaking ass by any means, because I like to shake my ass too. But as a younger kid, it's like kids are sponges. So it's like,
facts.
They learn the most stuff at a young age. So what they see is what they're gonna want to, is what they are gonna want to do. What they hear is what they're gonna want to say. Like with this slang and all this stuff, like people be like, no cap and all this. Like you heard somebody else say that, now you want to talk like that, and you probably don't even really know what that means. It's like music and social media just have a huge influence on even adults. So like I said about kids, they are sponges at a young age. So they picking up any and everything that they hear and that they see.
You know what's so crazy is that I remember when I was young, and this was around the NWA, Eazy-E, and all of them. and it was people that was protesting the music and saying that it had an effect on kids' minds and this and that. And being a young rebellious teenager myself, I'm like, man, y'all just hating. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just some old
like,
farts, man.
Fuck the police. Fuck
Right.
the police.
You know
now
what I'm
everybody
saying?
like fuck the police. Like,
and even all of the songs, I mean, listen, we had Lil Wayne. Every verse he do now, he talk about eating coochie, and I find that kind of hilarious. But we had some nasty songs back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And they was real popular and nasty. So I try to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? That this generation did not start this, right? Yeah. But now looking back at Dolores Tucker and all those different aldermen and politicians that was out there running over CDs and tapes and saying, we're not going to stand for this type of music. They might have had a point. You know what I mean? Okay, you have what's called adult content. So if you want to say this music is made for adults, fine. But for the kids, and it's definitely marketed to the kids, I can agree that I think it's a problem. I know for a fact that, I can't say YouTube, but I know those music apps have filters.
Yeah, they got plain versions and stuff like that with no curse.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, because listen, Jasmine, for real, it's songs that I knew from back in the day that I listen to now. I'm talking about I know the lyrics, can rap along with the song, and still never knew what they was talking about. You see what I'm saying? And I know the lyrics. And I still wasn't really paying attention. And I'm like, wow, that's what they were saying. Wow, that's what they were saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know the same thing can be applied to the kids now. Ain't nothing changed. For one. For two, they have way more access to it. Right? With all of the streaming, everything being streamed, everything's on YouTube. And then three, there's no filters really outside of the ones that you put on. So I think I agree with you that it's something that should be taken more seriously, specifically because of the fact that I got nephews, your little brothers and other nephews and stuff and little cousins. And I feel like I see the effect that it's having on them. You know what I'm saying? To be smoking weed. I wasn't smoking weed at 14. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gangbanging at 14. I wasn't dealing with drugs at all. I had never seen no drugs when I was 14. And there's a lot of that going on now. And like you said, the music popularizes it. And so now I hear it in the music from these people that I look up to, and it's my life experience. So it seemed like it must be this way, right? I had one of my nephews inbox me on Facebook the other day talking about some, do you know any weed men on the South Side that's on the pull up? And I had literally just asked him earlier, how old are you? And he said, I'm 17. And I'm like, okay, because I was trying to get something else going on. And then when he inboxed me later, talking about, do I know any weed men on the pull-up? I'm like, no, I don't know any damn weed man on the pull-up. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Exactly.
You 17. You don't need to be smoking. You need to be trying to figure out where you finna spend the rest of your nights at for the rest of this year. Yeah. Because you talking about you ran away from the group home and all this and that. And I'm like, dude, I can't do nothing right now for you. You know what I'm saying? With my situation, and I don't know who else can, you see? But I know that it's not helping them when they listening to this music and then they thinking, well, I'm supposed to be going through this. I'm supposed to be out here doing this and doing that. I'm supposed to have this struggle life because all these people I'm listening to talking about how hard they hit it.
Yeah.
And then they went and did some foolish stuff and whatever. So, but what I want to do real quick before I let you go, and then I'm going to do my little outro.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go eat.
Oh my God, I'm finna go eat too. So what I want you to do is plug whatever you want to plug. I want you to plug y'all podcast. I want you to plug your restaurant. I want you to plug your
I got so much
photography.
stuff to plug.
Man, plug all of it. Take your time, and then you know what you could do. You could do me one more favor.
What?
If you got the links, you
I
could
do.
send me all the links to everything that you're gonna plug, so that way when I go on YouTube on the video, I can put all the links on the YouTube video. So if
Okay.
people watching the YouTube video, they can click right from the YouTube video and go to your links and check out your stuff. So go ahead, the floor is yours.
All right. So first, since we doing a podcast, I'll talk about our podcast, which we will be airing this Thursday. So we do our podcast every other Thursday because I have a lot of stuff going on. I don't have time to do it every week. But it's called Let's Talk About It. And it's on YouTube and it's also on Facebook under Let's Talk About It. We don't go live. What we do is we pre-record and just post the video, and people can interact, comment, share, say their opinion, whatever the case may be. Go back, watch the podcast whenever they get time. So we just started that maybe 2-3 months ago, and we sometimes have guest appearances from different people, or sometimes me and him just like to have a conversation between us two because that's how we ended up starting it anyway. Because, like I said earlier, we started our relationship based on a friendship and we used to talk a lot. So we still talk a lot and we still debate about different topics and stuff like that. So we might have a guest every now and then, or it'll just be us two. So, like I said, you can find it on YouTube under Let's Talk About It, on Facebook under Let's Talk About It. We got a new episode or podcast dropping this Thursday. And it's with my friend I was talking about earlier, Nikita. So she gonna be on there with us. So it should be very interesting. So also we have a catering business. It's called PNC Catering, which is basically Partners in Crime Catering. That's like our top business right now. That's bringing us the most revenue and money. We've been doing it in January. It'll be 2 years since we've been doing it. And our plan is to eventually open us up a sports bar off of that. So if y'all got any events, weddings, birthday parties, baby showers, any type of event that you got coming up and you looking for someone to cater that event, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram under Partners in Crime Catering. So my photography, at the moment, I'm not doing any individual photo shoots, but I will be back to doing it shortly. So at the moment, I'm only doing events. So you know how people be looking for a cameraman. I'm the camera lady. So if y'all have a party or like an event or anything coming up, y'all need somebody to take pictures. You can book me for that. My price is $50 an hour for the event. And then I got the equipment and stuff, you can get your picture printed out. The picture prints are $10. I actually just did my first wedding not too long ago. So eventually I'm going to come up with some sort of wedding package for weddings. But at the moment, I'm still not doing weddings. I only did it because I knew the girl and she like kind of begged me to do it. I didn't really feel comfortable doing it. But she was like, no, girl, I want you to do it. So I did it. I got my feet out there. I did the wedding. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So when I have some time, I'm going to come up with like some wedding packages. So if y'all got a wedding or something coming up, eventually you'll be able to book me. But like I said, at the moment, I'm only doing events. And pretty soon I'll be back doing photo shoots. Last thing is detox. So me and Waddell came up with this detox that make you shit on yourself, basically. But it also help you lose weight. It help with bloating. It's like all natural products, mostly fruits, vegetables, stuff like that. Both of us, we try to drink it ourselves because we don't want to just be selling the product to people and if we not using it ourselves. But if you friends with me on Facebook, you probably seen my story. It's very hard to stay consistent with it, especially with all the other stuff that we got going on, because I don't want to be doing no photography event and I got to keep going to the bathroom, like, because I got to use it. So, like, I mean, if you work from home, it'll be something good for you to do because you're near like a bathroom. If you work like in public and stuff like that, I can tell you what time to drink it because I know when it's going to kick in. At least you'll be home by then. That way, if you got to go to the bathroom, you're home already. But we both working on being more consistent with the detox and getting better results and stuff like that, especially since we got a wedding coming up. But if you interested in like losing weight and you need something to help jumpstart your weight journey, now it only will like jumpstart it if you only take it that once. Like, it's something that you have to consistently drink, or you have to like eat healthy. It don't require you to work out, but if you work out, of course you'll see better results if you work out. But you don't have to work out at all. Like, I had a lot of people who have been consistent and like strong-minded and determined who took my product and said like, oh, I lost 10 pounds or I lost 15 pounds. And I'm like, I still haven't even did that. But I know I'm not consistent. So it's only going to work as you drink it and follow the instructions, because it's a lot of stuff that like you can't drink while drink, like no liquor. Like a lot of people like, well, I can't drink. No, I don't know about that. But you have to be very strong-minded in order to do this. If you're real serious about losing weight, you gonna do it. If you're not, then it's not really gonna work for you. But at the moment, that's all I got to plug. If I come on another podcast, I'm gonna have something else to plug that I got up my sleeve.
So y'all just keep coming up with more and more stuff, huh?
Yep.
I ain't know about the drink. I'm gonna have to get up on that detox too, because I need to lose some weight. I'm trying to get my stripper body back, because I think I'm about to have to get out here in these clubs and twerk something for the. I think I'm gonna start me a strip club for men, right? Not for men, but the strip club is gonna be all men dancing, but it's gonna be for all BBW women. Like, if you skinny, you can't even get in.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? We want all the women who could catch us. You know what I'm saying? As we jump off stage.
And they gonna throw the most money too.
And they gonna throw the most money, ain't they? They gonna pay like that way. I definitely gotta lose some weight. I gotta stop eating this processed food and all of that. So, but real quick, don't forget to send me the links so I could put it all on the YouTube thing, so you know people can go directly to that. 1, 2, I'm gonna need a photo shoot real soon. I'm waiting to see who finna put my gear together for the podcast, and then I'm gonna want to do me a little photo shoot too, and I'm gonna put some use to all these damn Jordans them bought. Okay, 2, 3. Also, because I'm not even sure if I got to tell you this, I don't remember the last time I saw you, but congratulations on the engagement and the wedding and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I seen you for Kevin's birthday after that.
You was already engaged then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I did.
But no, you like wasn't on Facebook though. You like deactivated your page and all that stuff. Like you had just got back on Facebook, so that's only how you would have known.
Yeah. So I definitely like I said, the way my mind work now is like, do you want to remember your kids' birthdays, or do you want to remember some other stuff? So I choose to remember their birthdays, so I don't remember nothing else. People only thing I remember is to do this podcast on Tuesdays. I love doing it. But thank you for being on, Nisi Pooh. I'm gonna definitely check y'all out Thursday when y'all podcast drop. And like I said, don't forget to send me them links so I can put it all on YouTube. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna send them to you right now.
Appreciate you, love.
All right. See you
Bye bye.
later.
All right. All right. Man, that was a good conversation, man. That was a real good conversation. I love having good conversations, man. They are good for your mind. They are good for your soul. They good for your heart, man, for your spirit. I was expecting one other person to show up. I think that would have probably made the show a little bit liver if he would have showed up. But we'll get him on sooner or later. Yeah, y'all forgive me for the yawning. This is like work for me. I do want to get this all women show with me as a mediator, and then an all male show with a woman as a mediator, where the woman is posing the questions to the men from the woman's point of view, and the man is posing the question to the women from the man's point of view. If I can't get that done next week, I'm gonna try to get it done the week after that. I'm already working on the questions for next week. For everybody that has watched this show tonight, or if you're seeing it on YouTube later on down the line, I just want to say thank you. I'm 4 minutes away from hitting my 2-hour mark. I really want to always do a 2-hour show, man. I think if you try to rush through things, you probably won't get the best responses and stuff like that. So I don't be want to do like no 30-minute show or no hour show. I be trying to get it in, and have real conversations. So, man, this was a good one. I'm about to go get me something to eat, like Jasmine said. And in the meantime, in between time, we're going to say peace. Watch it back. Take that out. That's how you gonna do me. Chose this thing on purpose. You choose just not to work. Yeah.